And beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Hey, let's see. What do we have? Grid was down in southern Colorado for 12 hours. Holy crap. Let's go. We'll bring the screen in there. Didn't get to see them in here. He's in a campground. So Jeff is in a campground. Actually, Jeff is kind of gonna step up his game here, and Jeff is going to be in charge of kind of getting some of your comments out there in a timely manner. Oh, let's see. What do we have? Oh, we've got all kinds of cool things before we start the actual net. Looks like we've got 6 nodes on the net right now. And I know Jeff said he is camping with a bunch of like-minded people. So, hey, good morning to all you guys out there in Michigan somewhere, I think. Before... Let's see. Gary Smith, grid was down southern Colorado. Whoa.
7 GRS.
And there is Garrett. Good morning, Garrett. K6UDA. I just screwed up. I screwed everything up here. Hang on. Now I have to figure out how to move this. I can't get it bigger. Crap. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I want you guys to be able to. So I put the comments into the live stream. So when people play this back, especially on Rumble, because that's where I'd really like to go. When people do it on Rumble, they could see the chat, because the chat is kind of a big deal. Anyway, let's go over to camera 1 and actually go to camera 2, because, hey, new things came in yesterday. Look at this. This is the new K6UDA challenge coin. On the back side of this thing, look at that. Is this thing the coolest freaking thing? And, yeah, if you look here, train for war, pray for peace. It's got kind of twin falls down there in southern Idaho. Got a run of 50 of these things made. So, hey, if you want one, send me an email at K6UDA Radio. Let me see if I've got that up here. If I can put that up. Oh, that's the Discord thing. I don't even have my, what is that? Oh, yeah. Okay. So anyway, we'll go back over to our net screen here. How do you guys like that thing? Is that cool or what? Damn cool. I think. I like it. Good morning. Just got home from Moab from Jim Furberbottom. And we're going to actually try out. Man, I've got to figure out a little something here. So Jeff and I are trying to figure out a little way that he can break in. You know what? He'll do it when he feels the need. And I'm going to move that so I can move around here. Let's see. What else do we have going? I'm going to come back over to camera 1 and oh, you know what? Hey, I want to thank James over at Quirky QRP. The guy comes up with all kinds of stuff, and he came up with coffee. And I showed you guys a bag of coffee. I've been drinking his coffee. It actually tastes damn good. A lot better than those K-Cups that we've been getting. And I made a little video. I'll show that to you because we got a couple of minutes before we start the net. James, thank you, my friend, for the, what is this? Linear amplifier light roast. We're going to give this a shot here. Hey, it's ethically sourced Quirky QRP coffee. So now I actually get to try out my new little K-cup holder here. A little 1 cup. I got these little puppies on Amazon. 2 of them. I'm going to try that out. Because we've actually been using these little K-cup deals. My wife loves her vanilla. Well, I guess I get to bring this back in with me. But let's make a cup of coffee. Ooh, yummy yum. Now I'm going to do something that some of you guys hate. I'm going to ruin this. I'm going to put my creamer in there. Look at that, people. It's the Quirky QRP brand. Back to, what am I doing? What am I doing? There we are. I'm back. Well, hey, now I just plugged James's coffee. It's actually pretty good, but I'm not here to plug coffee. I'm here to plug preparedness. Let's see. What else? Hey, Jeff. Just didn't want to duplicate. Yeah. Hey, I'll bring this back in here. We'll run that. Come back to the challenge coins. Hey, here's what's so freaking cool. It's all, it's not just flat. These things are just all 3D'd out. Both sides. It's all 3D. Super detailed in the rifles. That was kind of a big thing in there. The place that did them didn't want to add all that detail, and I made them. I was like, nope, gotta be. Ooh. It's up and running. Okay, NetLogger is up and running. We're 5 minutes in, and let's see. How about you guys on YouTube? Would anybody like to check in? If you want to check in on YouTube, go ahead and put your call sign in, say, check me in, put your call sign in. Jeff will get you logged in to NetLogger. You'll be part of the crew. And Jeff, N7GRS, he jumped in on the radio. So we'll get him in. And I don't even have NetLogger up because I got too many screens up. Let's see. What else? We got a couple of minutes. Anybody have anything interesting? You know what? I stayed up last night looking for the northern lights with all my antennas disconnected from everything because they told us to. NOAA radio told us to disconnect all the antennas. So, Tim, good morning, Tim. Wants to be able to check in. Got some kind of good stuff, I'm thinking. There's some replication from my video of yesterday. But today, I want to ask you guys for your input. What do you think on that logistics thing? What are the things that we need to be working on for a power emergency? Hey, the big CME hits, I guess yesterday was the G4. What if it turns out to be a G8 and it's a Carrington event? It takes out freaking everything. What do we do? How do we move forward? How do you personally, how do you survive? How do you get power? Because I think it's unrealistic to think that we're going to be able to go back to the 1850s overnight and not have to worry about electricity at all. We're going to have to worry about electricity. We're going to have to get in and make our own electricity because everything we do right now is dependent on some kind of a grid, either off grid or on grid. And lost the video. Oh, KD8HLLHR, Roger, lost the video. Man. Did I screw something up? 20 people, it looks like, on the net this morning. 14 thumbs up. Please, if you don't want to give me a thumbs up for running the net, for having the live stream, please give. What happened? What happened here? Oh, this one died. Why did this die? Why did it die? Number 2 died. Give me a second here. I'm trying to fix it. Give this a thumbs up. And I've got, like I said, I got 50 of these. I got to do this before I get on the radio because, can't try to make money on the radio. And I've got to silence that. Holy crap. Can't make money on the radio. So I'm going to try to sell these here. Get your very own K6UDA Southern Idaho Command challenge coin. $10. $10, guys. Well, I'm going to say $10.50. And I'm not really making much money. Anyway, let's see. What do we have? Thought UDA's grid went down and switching to standby power. Almost there. Stuart, my brother from the old country. What is happening? Talking about losing electricity. Just when you do, you lose a part of your feed. Great. I don't know. I don't know why. Let's see. I'm buying. Yep, Jeff is buying. Say where. You got to send me. Oh, let's see. How are we going to do this? I got to figure out the logistics of how to do this. How to sell these K6 UDA challenge coins. These things are, I just love this. I would show it up here, but then I have to refocus manually. Pain in the ass. So I'm not. Got kicked out again. Gotta leave. Holy shit. I don't know. I don't know what's up. I rebooted everything. I did everything I was supposed to do. Got 8 nodes kicking in here. And, oh, we're supposed to start the net. So let me go ahead and start the net, guys. All right. Good morning from the Southern Idaho Command. This is K6UDA. And welcome to the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. This net meets every Saturday morning, 0900 hours Mountain Time on the K6UDA repeater located in Twin Falls, Idaho. This is a digital-only net, accessible via Wires X Room 40448, the Idaho Command, YSF Reflector 56026, the YouTuber's YSF Reflector. It's available on the Hanson Butte 2-meter fusion repeater 145.170. So if you're in the Magic Valley, you can absolutely jump in on that one. And if you're on analog in the Magic Valley, the 442.000 is available for you to participate there. The purpose of this net is a free exchange of information related to emergency preparedness, commonly known as prepping. We encourage deep dives into subjects related to food, water, shelter, personal protection, weapons, survival tactics, medical issues, communication gear, and techniques. I'm looking for subject matter experts to lead discussions on any of these various subjects. If you have material you'd like to present or discuss, including local sit reps to you, I'm going to let this drop for a sec. All right. If you have local material you'd like to present or discuss when you check in, please indicate that you have a subject. Although not primarily political, discussion of relative political, cultural, or religious events are welcome in the context of situational awareness and survival. In order to give everyone a chance to check in and be heard on the radio portion of the net, I will take check-ins in the following order. Ask for local repeater check-ins. That's anybody in the Magic Valley on one of the 3 repeaters, or 3 or 4 repeaters that are hooked up here in the Magic Valley. Then I'll ask for Wires X check-ins. If you're on a Wires X node, an actual Wires X node, anywhere in the world, check in then. Then YSF, and the Wires X and YSF need a little bit of time between them. And then we'll go to some live stream comments. And I think Jeff, KD8IOK, is going to be handling the Wires X, or the live stream comments. He'll be handling those on the air. You're encouraged to check in with your first name, call sign, location, and how you're getting into the net. i.e., local repeaters, wires X, YSF. That being said, do we have any local check-ins? All right, K7GHT, you were kind of broken. I'm gonna mute that one. And did you have any traffic?
No traffic.
Okay, I fixed my my little echo issue or my feedback issue there. Where are you from, and what's your first name?
I am in Jerome. I'm on the K6 UDA repeater, working off of a 5-watt handheld. My name is Richard, and I have a background in law enforcement.
Fantastic, and thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the net. Let me see here. I've got okay. I've got to keep checking signal here, and do we have any other local repeater check-ins?
KJ7RAR, Terry, Twin Falls.
All right, Terry, welcome to the net, and thanks for being part of it. Local check-ins, local check-ins.
Kilo Bravo 7, Delta, Foxtrot Papa, Cannon, Twin Falls.
And good morning, Ken. Ken is the guy in charge of the 442.000 repeater that has given us our analog link to the world. So good morning. We'll just continue with local check-ins here.
Kilo 7, Juliet Tango, Kilo, Matt from Twin, calling from the range out in Jerome.
Fantastic, Matt, and hopefully all the sight-ins are working good. Man, you're banging in here from Jerome. Are you at the gun club out there?
No, I'm about 6 miles to the south of the gun club, out in the desert between the freeway and that big dairy. But yeah, I just got the 17 dialed in and reset the turrets for 0, and now we're working it out to distance.
Beautiful, my friend. Thanks for joining the net. Anybody else locally, since we're on a roll here? Okay, how about some Wires X check-ins? Wires X.
KD8IOK, just checking in to be legit.
All right, Jeff, thanks for checking in all the way from Michigan, I believe, at a campground somewhere. And I think Jeff has quite the little audience of like-minded people with him watching on YouTube out there. Am I correct?
I have one so far.
Okay. Well, you know what? One's better than none. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else? Wires X check-ins.
November 7, Romeo Bravo Papa, Medford, Oregon.
All right, N7 RBP from Medford. Good to have you on the net, and welcome. Any other Wires X check-ins?
KD9YY, Sean in Indiana.
All right, KD9YY, Sean in Indiana. Thanks for being part of the net. Wires X. We'll do one final call for Wires X, and we'll move on to YSF. All right, YSF check-ins.
KF0 OHU, this is Sean in Fridley.
All right, KF0 OHU, Sean. Good morning and welcome to the net. YSF check-ins. Okay, well, we'll call that a set of check-ins for the moment here. Next, we're gonna move into our sit reps. My sit reps today, got 2 of them. We are in the middle of a G5 solar storm. We're kind of getting toward the solar high in the new, I think, what did they call it? Solar cycle 25. This comes from U.S. Or NOAA. Planet Earth is getting rocked by the biggest solar storm in decades. Late Friday, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration declared the Earth is experiencing a G5 or extreme geomagnetic storm. This is the first G5 storm to hit the planet since 2003. NOAA warns several waves of flares will slam into the Earth over the next few hours and days, potentially disrupting communications, navigation, triggering power outages, and damaging satellites. The 2003 event briefly knocked out power in part of Sweden and damaged electrical transformers in South Africa. Anybody have any questions, or do we have any fills? Got to wait for the radio to catch up. Okay, let's see. So anyway, NOAA was suggesting that people disconnect, especially their HF antennas. Last night, I disconnected mine. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but hey, you know what? I got thousands of dollars worth of radios. I don't want to blow anything up if I don't have to. So, sit rep number 2. This last week in Boise, pro-Palestinian protesters attempted to set up camp at least 4 locations in Boise, Idaho on Thursday, May 9th. Police forced protesters out of each location, basically telling them that we're not Seattle, Portland, or San Francisco. For those of us in Idaho, this is a time to stay vigilant. I don't think these people, these kids that are fairly clueless, are going to give up that easily. So I think they're going to try this kind of stunt in other cities, maybe like Twin Falls here, or maybe further east in Pocatello or Idaho Falls. So stay vigilant. Do we have any other sit reps from any net members? Jeff, anything on your end?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I did have a sit rep that I wasn't prepared for, and I'm trying to look up real quick, so I'll have to get back. It's related to Michigan, though.
All right, very good. JTK, Matt, if you're still on the net, do you have any sit reps?
Just a couple for this week. This is KK7JTK. The biggest one is that Israel did move into kind of the no-go zone between them and Egypt on the southern part of their border. Egypt did say they would retaliate if they did that. We haven't seen that yet. And then also this week, it came out that Israel is using U.S. Given munitions in a way that the global leaders didn't like. I'm not sure what that means. I don't have any more intel on that. Also, there's still some more going on in Niger with the Russian forces and the U.S. forces being deployed to the same base in the area. We are seeing some U.S. forces looking at pulling out there and deciding how to do that. I don't think they want to do a repeat of Afghanistan, obviously, and it's going to take some time to get out of the country, but we are seeing relations fall there. And still seeing China a lot of the Western African countries bringing in food and stuff like that, just building up relations there as relations are falling away for us. And that's the international sit rep this morning. Sorry, I'm still on the range, not as prepared as I was hoping to be.
Hey, that's okay, my brother. Thanks for the sit rep there, and it is good information. Let's see, from Miko Wolf on YouTube, I do see he says be careful. Some of the protesters are carrying, and we have to understand that, hey, they got the same rights that all of us do, especially here in Idaho. We're a constitutional carry state, probably one of the best Second Amendment states in the country. But these protesters, they have a right to carry, so stay vigilant, understand that, and if they did something stupid, well, they'll try to blame us, but oh well. Anyway, any other sit reps from anybody anywhere?
KD8I, okay.
Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. That's all mine. So this is just a notice more for the Michigan, Detroit area people. I have a notice from the People's Conference for Palestine.org. They are setting up a protest in Detroit from May 24th to May 26th. It lists a pro-Palestinian event. People's Conference for Palestine will take place. It's promoted by the Young Communist League of Canada, People's Response Network, Palestinian Youth Movement, Muslim Alliance for Sexual and Gender Diversity, Doctors Against Genocide, Black Alliance for Palestine, Black Lives Matter Canada, All African People's Liberation Party, American Muslims for Palestine, Code Pink, and 200 plus other extremist and or activist organizations, along with politicians and personalities. They have a pretty organized website, and you can go in and register, and only after you register will they name the location. So that's just a heads up for anybody that's listening in from Michigan. Practice due diligence, and Detroit area might be a place to avoid during that time frame. Over.
Wow, that reads like a laundry list of communism. Thanks for that one, my friend. Let's see. Anybody else have any fills, any questions, any comments?
KJ7 RAR.
Terry, go ahead.
I think that we have to come to a place where we understand that what we're seeing here is not a couple ignorant kids that don't know the difference between good and bad. And this is a planned, basically a planned uprising and to cause issues and using the Palestinian situation as an excuse. Most of these people that are coming to these things are not college kids. They're paid disruptors, and this is just going to get bigger and worse until after the elections, and maybe even past that. But so I think we need to be prepared for a lot of disruption, and like you said, if they come to your city, be willing to step in there and disagree with them. So just be aware of that, KJ7RAR.
Thank you. Thanks for that. What did I do here? Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on my signal group because that's where I've got some back end stuff going on. So that's why I keep looking down. Thanks, Terry. Good information, and I think, like I said before, we just all need to stay focused. K7CAN is in the house. Good morning. And, oh yeah, now I've got a cat in here. Okay, so, hang on, get down. Our main topic for today is power outages. Pretty apropos since some of the country is experiencing some outages because of the solar storm. So solar storms, grid, you know what, guys? Hang on for a quick second. I'm going to get rid of Mr. Cat. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Okay, you're out. Where are you?
Hey, Bob, while you're getting rid of Mr. Cat, I'm assuming you can still listen. I just want to clarify. Do you want me to use the group signal or direct to you signal?
Jeff, I missed that. I had to go shut a door.
I realized that once you took your headphones off. I just want to clarify so that I get this right. Do you want me to use the group signal or the direct to you signal for what we discussed pre-net?
You know, I don't think it matters. I'm just because I'm just getting some things that says signal notification, but that's for all of them. So either one will work.
Copy that.
Okay. So anyway, back to power outages, solar storms, EMPs, just general grid down situations. It could be from, who knows, some kind of other disruption. My big thing, one of the things that I am trying to put together here is training. I'm gonna do a training with Mrs. K6UDA around here. We're putting our logistic folder together about flipping the switch. We want to turn the power off, turn off the mains to the house for at least a couple of days and see how we do. Better to do this in good times than to have it happen in bad times and have to figure it out for real. So my logistic, you know what? This is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Some of my logistics for doing this is being able to secure delicate systems and equipment in the house. Last year, I had a power issue here at the house where I had a bad wire, had a bad power wire underground, and it did take out. Well, I lost one power supply, which was very fortunate because I could have lost radios, I could have lost all kinds of things. So, securing your delicate systems and equipment. And this is strictly for an exercise that I'm planning, and I invite anybody else to do it. Maybe we all do it at the same time. Planning for when, how long, and how big of a thing you want to do. Preparing your mission critical equipment. What things do you absolutely need to keep online, even during a power outage? Checking your food stores, your water, water for your animals. That's a big one for us since we have livestock and horses here. And then remember that it's what I'm planning is a training mission. And we want to find out what our strong areas are, where our weak areas are. And then finally, I want to do a debrief. What worked, what didn't, what could be better? Is there anything that you would do differently if you had to do it again? And are there any supplies or equipment that you didn't consider before that now you see as possibly a priority, and how would you prioritize that? And then reporting that and getting and taking action on all those different things. Let's see. What else? Does anybody else have any information on that? Anybody interested in participating with a training exercise like that?
KB7SQS checking in.
All right, Lance. Good to see you, KB7SQS. You got anything for the good of the order?
I don't. I'm just out walking around today this morning. Very nice day.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day and no wind. How nice. Anybody else on the radio side? Anybody think that they would be interested in doing a training like this? Because I would love to do it in conjunction with especially some other households here in the Magic Valley, where we can coordinate for off-grid radio communications and keeping each other up to date and informed.
KD8 IOK.
Jeff, go ahead.
Got a couple things. First from the YouTube comments, DS Matt J Does want to know if the cat has a call sign, so I wanted to make sure that got out there. And Nico Wolf says, where I live, power outages is normally a couple hours or a day. You get used to it. Backup battery banks and solar panels work great. Solar power lights, sticks them outside during the daytime to charge, brings them in at night so you have light. Power banks are great with solar generators. So that's what I have so far for the YouTube comments. Also, Gene McPhee said, would electric backup generators be effective as well with the electronics, and he needs more info on training. And then I have a suggestion that we try to maybe set up a net like this with us being off-grid during your test.
Ah, very, very interesting. I don't know if I could do off-grid. I know I can't do the live stream because once I kill that power, I'm not bringing up things like my internet. Well, I guess I could try, but all this stuff here in Studio A, I don't know if I want to try to bring it up. I want to keep my refrigerator and my freezer running, and the well pump. To me, those are my priorities. But I like that idea, and I love the idea of doing some kind of a net. I know when I went through the 4-day power outage out in Northern California, there literally was a net that was going on for 60 hours where people were telling each other where they could go to get extra fuel, where they could go to get supplies, ice, dry ice, food that was cooked for those that don't like to cook. And I think it's time to do some more check-ins on the radio. Let's do check-ins for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. Okay.
EVQ. Mark in Patterson, California.
All right, I've got KN6 EVQ, Mark in Patterson, and there was somebody checking in from up north, and there was no audio. Let's see. Whoever was checking in from N7ID node, you had no audio. You want to try it again? All right, any other check-ins? Oh, K7YAZ. K7YAZ, do you have anything for the net? You have no audio. Wow. Yeah, you've got a signal but no audio. Anybody else want to check in? Okay, we will just keep on. So anyway, alternative power sources for when the grid goes down. For the short term, I would say 1 to 5 days. Gas, diesel, or propane generators are fine. they're kind of noisy unless they are inverters. But like some of you have seen, I've got a 12K generator that I bought after the first major power outage in Northern California there, my 4-dayer. And that works. It runs everything, but it is noisy. The problem with noise and generators is after a certain amount of time, it makes you a target. If you've got a generator running all the time, it does attract attention. When everything gets very, very quiet, a small gas or diesel motor the sound will travel for a mile in some cases if things are very, very quiet. And then you've got to talk about your fuel. You can't run the thing continuously all day long, so you've got to do it for a couple of hours at a time. If you think that this is going to be a fairly short-term event, then, and I'm going to let it drop. Looks like we've got 20 so far logged in on NetLogger. Fantastic. I'm going to run back over here. We got 40 people on the live stream. We got 30 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Ooh, thank you for the engagement. And this is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. The next thing I kind of wanted to talk about was batteries and solar. You can put together a small solar array or a couple of solar panels and keep some batteries topped off. If you've got a big enough solar system, like a whole house solar system with a whole house battery backup that you can run off grid, if it's designed to run off grid, you can probably run your household pretty much off grid and not worry about it. But if you can do that now, you're probably already doing it. So the idea is to learn to become a little bit more energy independent. So for me, what's important? My refrigerator, my freezer, my water pump or my well pump is the big thing. Then maybe a few lights and possibly internet and TV, if the internet is still working, because boredom. You don't want to sit around at night and stare at the walls, or at least I don't. Let's see. Do we have anybody have anything to add? Their alternative power. I have no experience with wind power, and I've heard a couple of people mention it, and maybe somebody here on the net has information on wind power or other alternative power methods.
KD8IOK with some YouTube comments.
KD8IOK.
So over in the YouTube chat, Shadow Bear says that they make sound insulating enclosures for generators. Could build your own and or look up what they call a zombie box. Apparently they have some directions and or sell them. And also Miko Wolf, who must be more independently wealthy than the rest of us, says that we should buy a Tesla vehicle, not to drive it, but solely for the purposes of using the power for our house and charge it with a solar panel.
I love it. Yeah, well, you could do that, or you could put up a nice solar array, 50 or so panels, and then get a Tesla Powerwall. And I think the Tesla Powerwall would be able to power the house up very nicely. But then again, that's still $100,000, and that's a big reason why I haven't done it. And the other reason I talked about in a recent video was my noise level for radios. I have an incredibly low noise level or noise floor right now, and I don't want to give that up. And I'm very concerned that putting a solar system in and strapping it to my roof is going to screw that up. I don't want it to go from S1 to S5 or S8 overnight. Let's see. Anybody else have anything? Anybody have anything on wind power? Terry, KJ7RAR, do you have anything?
I don't have anything for wind power. I'm curious about it myself. When we were talking about generators, I have to set up a regular generator when I get to them. I'm like you, I don't want to use it all the time because of the noise that would let everybody know that I have one for it. I have also a solar generator, electric one, and I just use the solar and or the generator to plug the solar into it to charge it up if I need to. I try to use the electric generator throughout the house as often as I can. That way I would not only save fuel, but it'll keep quiet, and then I only need to run the big generator when I need to recharge things and etc. So that was my only thing. And that will work. So I can I checked it, I plug my solar generator into my wall when I have the generator on, or just plug it straight into the generator. KJ7RAR.
Ah, very good. You, I think you were in a bad spot if you were on a handheld or something at first, but it cleaned up nicely. Yeah, still looking for information on wind, and I get it. Around here, wind power is kind of a sensitive subject because we have what is called the Lava Ridge wind turbine project that is proposed, or it's further along than proposed. A lot of people here in the Magic Valley are very much against it. I'm against that. It's, because number one, we're not getting any of the power. It's all getting sold to California, which is horrible. Let's see. Binary Buddha on YouTube says he has ordered a couple of pallets of solar panels from this company with good, cheap results. Very, very cool. Binary Buddha, can you post a link where you bought your solar panels? Because I'm thinking about doing a home-built solar system here. Maybe I could save some money. Suntan Solar is the company name. Okay, or Santan Solar. Very, very cool. Thank you. Anybody else have anything for the net? For any ideas, logistical ideas for a training exercise?
88 IOK, I got a comment, actually a good comment on YouTube from KO4EOD. Suggests that your vehicle could be a 20-gallon power supply with the right size inverter, much quieter than a generator. So that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah. That kind of sounds cool. A very interesting concept. I don't know how to do it, but interesting concept. And thanks for that one. Anybody else have anything?
And 7RBP.
And 7RBP. Go ahead.
Well, a couple of things. I'll try to make it as short as possible. Pretty easy on the vehicle. All you got to do is put an inverter on your battery, positive and negative, and plug your extension cord into it and run your freezer. And with 20 gallons of gas in your car idling, that'll last for a long time. And on another note, before I go further, sometimes I have problems with this microphone. Am I sounding okay?
Yeah, you sound very good. You're 5x5 here.
Okay, very good. So on the solar system, I started out like many people, just trying to run my batteries off of a 12-volt battery and a Harbor Freight solar array of very small wattage. And like so many people, I went further and further and further and upgraded and upgraded. And I spent way more money upgrading 7, 8, 9 times than I would have spent had I done it the way I should have done it. Now with my experience, I've gone from a couple of small solar panels and a 12-volt battery to a 24-volt system and 4 lithium iron phosphate batteries and 1,500 watts of panels. And I still wish now, with all the upgrades that I've done, I wish now that I would have started with a 48-volt system and done it right the first time. I'm running 6 emergency circuits in my fuse box, which includes my freezer, my shack, refrigerators, kitchen, basically the 6 most needed circuits to a transfer switch on my fuse box. And but I got I probably if I would have done what I've got right now, I could have done it for about $3,500, and it works really well. But like I say, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do a 48-volt system with kind of the same stuff: lithium iron phosphate batteries, 4, 6, 8, something like that number, and probably closer to 2,500 to 3,000 watts of panels. So there we go. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Over.
Hey, very, very cool. That's something that's on my short list, is doing a transfer switch in the garage, just so I can power up some of the more critical things, like the well pump, the refrigerator, the freezer, and maybe a couple of lights, and maybe the stuff here in Studio A. But very, very good. I'm just trying to figure out my battery situation. I would like to be able to run it, run some solar, run a battery thing, but I don't know if I want to put battery or solar panels on the house. I'm more inclined to build a freestanding thing and just kind of charge from there. But anyway, thanks for the info. That's good info. Anybody else have anything? And this is K6UDA for the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. And I'm a little lagging on that stuff today. After the net, we're going to jump over to Discord. If you don't have Discord, I just put it up on the screen. If on the YouTube side, so if you want to go get on Discord, you can, and we'll meet up in the after show chat where we can have more of a conversation. I don't have anything else. So anyway, well, actually, I just want to ask again once more. Is there any interest in kind of doing more of a group exercise for power outage, and here in the Magic Valley especially?
KD8IOK. I'm in on the exercise, just obviously not in the Magic Valley, unfortunately.
Well, you know what? Everywhere is good because we can all debrief it together and kind of come up with better lists of things that we need to take care of, because everybody's going to have a little bit different perspective on it. I'm just kind of looking, from my end, and being able to stay in communication with, family, friends, people that I train with here in the area. Okay. I will have to get a new invite for the Discord. I don't have anything else on this subject right now. Does anybody else have anything for the net or the good of the order?
KJ7 RAR.
KJ7RAR, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm considering the test that you're talking about, just some logistics and talking to the boss, if you know what I mean. But it is an interesting idea, and you and I have talked about that. KJ7RAR. Just want you to know I'm behind you on that. I think it would be a good test.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. With that, I am going to go ahead and call this one a net. I want to thank everybody for joining. And if you jump on YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and post a new link to get into the Discord. And if you want to join us on Discord immediately after the net, feel free. We have great conversations over there. And it's more than just me talking. It's everybody gets to talk. So with that, I am Bob, K6UDA. This is the Southern Idaho Preparedness Net. I am closing the net and returning all the repeaters to their normal repeater operation, and all the nodes back to their normal operation. 7-3 all. We'll see you next week. Okay.
KD8IOK, for one last quick comment, I just wanted to state we had 31 check-ins on NetLogger. Thank you, everybody, for the participation. Look forward to talking to you all next week, and I will not be able to be on Discord for very long, if at all, today.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for the info there, and we'll see you all on the radio next week, and on Discord in just a couple of minutes. I'm trying to I'm gonna try to update the link on YouTube here. 7-3 all. Okay. So let me do this. Let me edit my text. And there we go. There's a new one. Try this link, my friends, and that'll get you in. Man, thank you all for being part of it. This is great. 31 amateur check-ins. See, that's good. Yes, would we like to have more? Yeah, we'd like to have more. But do we need to have more? No. As long as we've got good people. Good, strong, like-minded people in the net. That's all I care about. Let's see. I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to leave this one open for just a minute with the thing on there. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Real quick here. I'm going to get camera 2 up and running again. I don't know why it keeps going out. It never does.
Hey, can you turn off the sprinklers?
I can't.
Okay.
You have to go out there. You have to go out and hit the turn it off manually.
I was just going to mow the pasture, but I can't. This is wet now.
Oh. Let's see. More. Okay, hang on here. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to go do this real quick before I leave. Hey, we got these in the official K6UDA challenge coin. Yeah, front and back. This is, I think, very, very cool. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'm going to sell them for $10.50 delivered to you. You can add it to your challenge coin collection, or you could start a challenge coin collection. I've got many challenge coins here. Lots of them are law enforcement. Many of them are military. And, now there's this. I love it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump over to Discord. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream now because it's been an hour and 13 minutes. So, with that, I will say 7-3. I'm Bob, K6UDA. Let me turn this off so I don't have that in my face. I am Bob, K6UDA. I will say 7-3 to you. I'll see you guys over on Discord.